Hi, I'm Jennifer Sedlock. I have a message for you. And if you're listening to this, then maybe the message is for you. Maybe it's for someone you'll pass it along to. I wouldn't have ever chosen to send this kind of message or choose to be this messenger, but I've been chosen for it, and I accept it at this point, and I'm just being obedient. But there's things that happen in the world that you just have to stand up for at times, and I find myself in that position with the children of Encinitas being mandatorily doing Ashtanga yoga for the last 3 years. When we went to the school district, about 100 people, and said, this crosses our religious boundaries, and they said, no, it doesn't. And we said, well, as evidenced by us standing here, it does. And we represent all our spouses and hundreds of other people that we've just given you a petition for, and they didn't want to listen, so we had to take action. And we quickly realized that we were the ones called to take the action, and so my family rose to the occasion. But that's not what this is about. This is about you and a decision you need to make. And I'm a messenger. That's it. I'm here to give you a warning. I'm here to give you a message. It's your choice what you do with it. It's your choice how you grapple with it, how you research it, and if you take the time. But for our children's sake, the children of this nation, I beg of you to take it seriously and to take a look at the information that we've given and provided in a website, in seminars. We are available to answer questions that there are. But in the Encinitas district began the Ashtanga yoga that is mandatory for 7 years of a child's life, over 60 minutes out of the 100 of PE, so 2/3 of PE are gone. And we started asking questions like, really? Why would yoga be? Yoga isn't even something anybody put their kids in before that. Really? I mean, how many families actually put their kids into yoga? Very few, if any. And now it's 2/3 of our PE. And do kids that sit for 6 hours in classrooms really need to stretch and breathe, or do they need to get out and run and play and learn sports? So we started asking a lot of those kinds of questions, and we became very concerned. And the bottom line is this: doesn't really belong in school because it's spiritual, is what we found. I didn't even start off thinking it was spiritual at all. I just was against it physically, but quickly found that yoga is not an exercise. It is not just exercise like we Americans would like to make it into or claim it into, but it's not. We've been had, essentially. We have marketing coming at us like crazy. We've got dog yoga, child yoga. I mean, do these things really do yoga? No, it's advertising. But if we take a look at what do we want out of yoga, what we want is a good thing. We want health. We want wellness. That's why they're calling it health and wellness. We want that sculpted body. We want to breathe better. We want to move better. We want the stretching. We want the flexibility, and all those things are good and right, and nothing's wrong with that. And we can get those through many other avenues. But yoga is not the avenue for that because of the spirituality. Because, as my friend Ravi Maharaj would say, my new friend, he would say Hinduism is yoga. Yoga is Hinduism. It was created for it. It is it. It is a ritual. It is a ritual. Whether we believe it or not, experts, in the experts that have been studying this for years say that we will enter the path of Hinduism whether we want to or not. So it really doesn't matter what we're thinking, if we're praying to Jesus, if we're not a believer at all, that we will end up on a path that believes that we are God, that we are at one with the universe, and in oneism, which is just, worshiping the creation instead of the creator. So really, the message is yoga really just physical? And when you look for the answers are everywhere. You can look at truthaboutyoga.com. You can look at a great ex-yogi's website, truthbehindyoga.com. She's got a fabulous website. You can look at all different locations, and on truthaboutyoga.com you'll find a lot of links to a lot of articles. The Joyce Foundation, the Joyce family, yogis and gurus all say it's spiritual, so I don't know why we think it's not, because they created it and they say it is. I mean, look to them for the answer. So if it's so spiritual, why are we afraid of it? We're not. It's that it doesn't belong in schools. And if you're a Christian, it doesn't belong in your life at all. At all. And I know that's a controversial message, and that's why I would have never chosen to share this, but I've been called to, and I will. And obviously I'm in the car driving. The message is really that you need to look at it. It's between you and God now. And if you're not religious and you're watching this, do you really want to go down a spiritual pathway that isn't the one you're choosing? And stretching and breathing is great. Do it. Do it through Pilates. Do it through a stretching and breathing program. But yoga means to yoke. Look in the dictionary. What does Om mean? What does, Om is Sanskrit for I am God. I am one with the universe. I mean, the whole goal of yoga is samadhi, at one with God. And so you really can't deny it when you start to look at the Sanskrit words that are all over yoga, and when you look at what it was created for. And so we can try to recreate things, but really you're playing with fire. And if you're not going to buy your kids a Ouija board, and you're not going to consult a witch, and you're not going to do all these crazy things, or you think those things are crazy, then maybe you shouldn't be doing yoga either. But I'm just the messenger, and this was just a message that I wanted to give to you, to make you look, to make you think, to make you research, because we live in a busy world, and I know it's busy, but I've done a lot of the research, and not me, I mean a team of hundreds of us, and we've put it into a website for you. So utilize that, enjoy that, and that'll lead you to thousands and thousands of other places and people that will essentially, from all walks of life, that will really round out the picture for the whole same thing, that it's all leading to a new age one world religion that is not what you think it is. And so just look into it. Just take a look. Just research it yourself, and consider that is a pathway that you didn't expect. So I hope that you will spend some time looking really at it. And I leave it to you now. It's really yours, and your life and your path. And we've been on this path that we didn't expect, but we want to protect the children. We want to be able to live in freedom of our religion, and we've seen a lot of persecution over that, but we expected that. It's biblical. It's there. When you stand up for something, you will be shot at, and it's all worth it for the children, because when you go after the children of a country, there's a reason. And as a man 3 years ago stood up and said, this is not unlike what Hitler did, going for the children first, that was prophetic. It really was, because that is what's happening. They're going after the children, and they're doing it very successfully, and they're doing it with multiple billionaires and millionaires, and those people do not have your children's best interest, or the children of this country, in their heart. They really have a different agenda. And as crazy as that can sound, when you start to do the research, it's all there. It's all there. So start looking, start digging, and just start asking questions. The answers are all there. Good luck to you, and thank you for listening to this message.